Hello students. So far yesterday we have covered till with the basic part of motion chapter with dealing with 1 marks question, isn't it? So again we are gonna continue with the revision part for today as well. So in today's session we are gonna continue with further parts, that is of distance, displacements and so on. So let us try to study about distance here. So what is the distance? We already know that is what is distance, isn't it? So in exam point of view, how you are supposed to study, or very easy manner, what is that? So distance. So distance means the actual path length traveled by an object is called distance. Okay. So ಏನಂತ actual path length ಒಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, that will be traveled by an object. ಇದೊಂದು actual path length ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So for example A to B ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Okay, see here, from A to B, this is the actual path length where traveled by an object. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, that is nothing but distance, we call it as. Okay, so let me write the actual path length traveled by an object, okay, is called distance. Easy, isn't it children? Easy na ilva? So the actual path length traveled by an object is called distance. Okay, just remember like this. This is the actual path length. Okay, this is the actual path length. This is the object. This object is traveling from here to here ankonana. Okay, this is nothing but distance, we call it as. So this distance is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Remember children, yesterday we have learned what is scalar quantity. So that only we are writing here. It is a scalar quantity, then it is always in positive. I'll write it as plus VE, that is positive. Okay, and can't be 0. So the SI unit is meter. SI unit is meter. Clear? What is distance for now? So distance means the actual path length traveled by an object is called distance. Okay. Similarly, let us see or study about displacement. Okay, so what is displacement? So displacement means the shortest distance between initial position and final position, okay, is called displacement. Even this is easy children. So displacement andrunu, it's as simple and easy. Shortest distance irutte between initial position and final position is called displacement. Okay, easy, so easy that the shortest distance between initial position and final position is called displacement. Whereas here also we do have some points, that is here it is a vector quantity, okay, then it can be positive, negative or 0, anything it may be. it may be positive, negative, or 0. Depends. It depends upon like that. Either it may be positive or negative or 0. So here the SI unit is meter. SI unit is meter here. Okay. Distance andre enanta gottayitu, displacement andre enanta gottayitu, isn't it, children? So it is shortest distance between initial position and final position is called displacement. Okay. So now let us study about speed and velocity. The difference between speed and velocity will study. Okay. Speed and here velocity. So what is speed? So distance traveled by body per unit time. Okay, that is speed. Here we are learning for differences between. Okay, speed and velocity ke ಏನು difference ಇದೆ, that we are going to study here. The distance traveled by a body per unit time, that we call it as speed. And here the distance traveled by a body per unit time. Okay, what happens? Distance traveled by body per unit time in given direction. Okay, what happens? In given direction. So speed andre the distance traveled by body per unit time ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Here velocity andre the distance traveled by a body per unit time in given direction. Okay, that is velocity over here. So in order with that, speed is equals to distance divided by time. So that we represent it as meter by second. Okay, what happens here? Velocity is equals to displacement divided by time. Again here also it is meter per second. And here what happens? Speed is, it's a scalar quantity, isn't it? Speed is a scalar quantity, whereas velocity is, it is vector quantity. Clear, children? So here it can be see, it is always positive. It can be positive. Okay, or else you can write it as it is always positive, whereas here it can be positive, negative, or 0. Anything it may be. So it can be either positive, negative, or 0. Whereas here the SI unit is meter per second, where here the meter per SI unit is meter per second. Okay, magnitude changes according to directions. So what happens? I hope, children, you got an idea, that is with the differences between speed and velocity. So now let us move on to uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So what is that? In simplest form, uniform motion, when an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, is said to be uniform motion. For non-uniform motion, motions where object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, so let's study what is uniform motion andre eno. So uniform motion means when an object covers, okay, equal distance in equal interval of time. So what happens when an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time? It is said to be uniform motion. Okay, so when an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, it is said to be uniform motion. Whereas for non-uniform ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? For non-uniform motion, motions where object covers, okay, motions where object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. That we call it as non-uniform motion. So when an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, it is said to be uniform motion. Non-uniform motion andre motions where object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು uniform motion and non-uniform motion ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. I hope children you got an idea with what is the things which we are dealing with. I want you children to write this in your homework books. Okay, write the things which I teach every day. Write this in your homework books. Thank you.